Hi there, welcome to my new video on data modeling in Power BI Desktop. So what is data modeling? Data modeling is the process of analyzing the data and their relationship to the other data. It is used to analyze the data requirements that are required for data analysis. In real work environment or companies, data comes from different sources and stored in different database, tables and files. Not only different tables or database, different types of database and sources. Having access to data from multiple sources and reconciling this data can lead to better and more informed decisions. We can make decisions based on complete understanding of our business. In a real work environment, we as a data analyst have to talk to different stakeholders to identify their requirement, what insight that they want to see, and data sources. Then we have to go through different data sources to identify the relevant data to work on. So data modeling is nothing but going through different data sources to identify the relevant data to work on for our analysis and establishing relationship between those data. Data model is basically a blueprint or a design how the data should be stored in the database. It involves application of formal techniques like normalization and creation of entity relationship diagram. So after going through different data sources to identify the relevant data to work on for our analysis, we work on designing phase where we create the entity relationship diagram, which is nothing but a blueprint of data modeling, which shows what are the tables or database we are going to work on and the relationship between those tables, how these tables or database are going to interact or communicate with each other. To create ER diagram or to do data modeling, we should have some basic knowledge of entity, relationship and normalization. Let's discuss about these concepts in short. Normalization is the process of eliminating redundancy and inconsistency of data to achieve optimization of time and memory. Let's discuss about entity and relationship. So, what is entity? Entities are real world objects and objects have attributes. So, whatever we see around us are objects: pen, book, bottle, school, class, student, person, everything. Object has attribute and characteristic. For an example, student is an entity and its attributes are name, address, age, gender, etc. The second point is that in database, data are stored in tabular form which contains entity and their attribute. So in table, data are stored in rows and columns. Each row represents the entity and column represents the attribute. The third point is relationships are the established association between entities. So relationships are connection between two different entities, how two different entities are related or connected to each other. For an example, person is an entity, car is another entity. The relationship between person and car is a person can purchase a car, a person can own a car, a person can drive a car. So there are many kind of relationship can exist between two entities. There are three types of relationship between the data entity we encounter in the designing phase: one to one, one to many, and many to many. There are four types of relationship exist between entities. For data modeling, we deal with only three types of relationship: one to one to many, and many to many. In one-to-one relationship, one entity has only one association or relation with other entity. For an example, one can have only one passport number. One student can have only one student login ID. In one-to-many relationship, one entity has many relationship or association with other entity. For an example, one postal code can belong to many people. One postal code belong to many people. One and many. One can have multiple cars. One and many. One, one person, multiple cars. In many-to-many relationship, multiple records in a table are associated with multiple records in another table. Example, student can belong to multiple classes, or one class can have multiple students. So multiple student, multiple classes. Customer can purchase multiple product, and one product can belong to multiple customers. So multiple product, multiple customers. So it is many to many relationship. This symbol represents one to one relationship. This one represents one to many relationship, and this one represents many to many relationship. Let's go to Power BI desktop. Now we are going to do data modeling of sales data of a company named ABC Superstore. It has branches across United States. It deals with the sales of furniture, office supply, technology, etc. And the data are stored in three different locations. Some data are in SQL, some data are in Excel, and some data are in CSV. So we are going to import data from all these three different locations and going to establish relationship between these data. Power BI can automatically establish relationship between different data sets based on the common or related column between them. To get this feature, go to File, then Options and Settings, then Options, then Current File, then Data Load. Here in Relationship, make sure that the first and the last checkbox is selected. First one is Import Relationship from Data Sources on first load, and auto detect new relationship after data is loaded. Then click OK. Let's import the data from different sources. For that, go to Home tab, then Get Data. Let's upload the Excel file first. Select the file name, then select the sheet name. Here I'm going to select order data. Then let's import the data from CSV file. Select the file name, then load the data. Let's go to SQL Server, then server name, click OK. Here I'm going to select address, product, and customer file. Then in data view, we can see all the table name that we have imported. We can do data transformation work to suit our analysis need. But here I'm going to do data modeling directly. Let's go to model view. Here we can see all the imported tables and the column name present in that table. Some of the relationship between the tables are already established by Power BI based on the common column between them. From the symbol, we can say that it's one to many relationship. If you go over the relationship line, the column name of two table is highlighted based on which the relationship is established. We can also establish relationship between two tables manually. For that, we just have to drag the field name from the table based on which we want to establish the relationship and drop that field name in other table like this. Here you can see one to many relationship is established. Likewise, we can establish relationship between order and return table. Just drag the order ID from return table and drop it in order table, order ID. Here you can see one-to-one relationship is established. If there are two or more related columns between two tables, we can establish more than one relationship between the table. For that, we have to drag the field name from the one table and drop it on the column name of another table. Let's drag the product name from product table and drop it in product name of order table. Here you will get options to establish relationship many to one, one to many to many. Here I am going to do the many to many and cross filter direction both, then click OK. But only one relationship can be active at a time. The solid line represents the active relationship and the dotted line represents the inactive relationship. That's all for this video. Thank you.